What's going on, Mayhem family? This week we're having you check your range of motion on your shoulder and turn rotation. So for the next few weeks, we're gonna work through some key positions, just some checks, some health checks. It's been a minute, we've been mobilizing, we're training hard. Want to keep eye on minimums. So we're gonna go after our hang archetype. Now, hang shape is anywhere where the arm is out by the side. So bent lever, long lever, short lever, long lever, that makes sense. Now, we want a full arc of 90 degrees at least this direction and about 70 degrees in this direction. And the one we check on, because very few people are limited this range, is this interrotation, which is the bottom position. You're doing a muscle up. It's the bottom position for a hang. That's what we call it, the hang snatch, kind of a hang archetype. But the assessment is this. Arm out by your side, shoulders kind of pinned. You should be able to get the hand almost down to the hip. So I'm a little bit shy, not bad though. If I worked on it for a second, I'm just a little bit beat up from yesterday. But what we see is that a lot of times people are stuck here. And then in order to make this happen, shoulder has to come forward, and this is just a poor working environment range. So what I'm telling you is that you need to be able to have this shoulder interrotation. So I'm gonna give you some things to work on. If you can't do it on both sides, my right side's better, then one of the ways is at the end of the session is to grab a barbell and do our internal rotation mobilization. So right here, you just pin the soft tissue, connective tissue of the shoulder and the upper arm, pin it down, and then just internally rotate. Now this is different than the sleeper stretch because my arm is actually out by my body. So this is one of our tests that we're running people through all the time. Do you have internal rotation? Of course, you should have external rotation, but working on the internal rotation will improve that. That's massive, okay? So that piece is number one. Number two, I want you, this could be done before. This is one of our banded bully mobs. So if that was addressing the soft tissue, now I've got the whole joint structure. I'm gonna lean into this thing and have it pull my shoulder back. So it really loads up. Then the hand goes behind the back here, and I try to pull the back. So it's another interrotation mobilization. Just bending the elbow further, and then I'm snugging the thing up. So I just take up this range, which makes it difficult, and I turn away, and then I try to add in some breathing. Big breath in, I can contract, just resist and relax, let that arm go back. And what we're doing here is working on the arm-shoulder interaction to the body, and then we're mobilizing those tissues that may be restricting whatever they are. And just a couple minutes of some contract, relax will go a long way towards giving you, oh, look at that. By improving how that system worked, I had a little bit more internal rotation. Look at just quick mobs. Lastly, something to play with this week. If you had Kelly, what is the most important shoulder health exercise you can do? It's the muscle snatch. So the beginning of the week, I want you to just do some Cuban rotations, some muscle pulls. So it's just like a muscle snatch, but rotate, press. And then see if you can keep the elbow at that 90, do that slow eccentric, but just muscle snatch. That arm can come up right by your face, just like you're doing it. Notice that in a lot of CrossFit movements, we like to turn when we're going ground to overhead anyhow. We'll turn the hand away so that I don't actually have to deal with the internal rotation. It's the knuckles away that allows us to have better access. So just again, think about elbow high, push, and then do the same thing, elbow high, push, 20 left, 20 right. It'll just get you grooving this internal rotation, slightly different than if we were doing just the Bergner warm-up, which is one of the reasons we love the Bergner warm-up. So hit this, couple mobilizations ideas, test yourself, ton more on the app if that's not enough for you. See you next week.